Hello, it's Joseph Rittenhouse, your financial educator here in Barcelona, Spain. Today I'd like to talk to you about this document, your tax returns. We're already a third of the way through the year. April's come and gone, and a lot of people are not even keeping track of their income and expenses so far. You're already behind the ball. Go back, print this document out. You probably already forgot the numbers on here and what you paid in taxes and how much money you made. Go back, print it out, study it. Look at it, touch it. I know it sounds weird, but there's something special about printing the actual paper and looking at the document and taking notes on the document. What I actually did was I have line paper and I took all of these numbers. There's numbers all over here, and I forget, what does this number mean? Where is it coming from? It's not adding up. I take these numbers and I rewrite them on a line sheet of paper in a way that makes sense to me. I'm a visual learner, so I need to put these numbers in an order that I understand, using little boxes, little lines, and rewrite it and rewrite it and rewrite it until it's memorized, and I can right now know the numbers, how much money I was making, how much money I owed. My rental properties are in a little box. My partnerships are in another little box that I haven't memorized. Do that. This document is one of the most important documents that you have. To me, it doesn't just represent a pain in the neck thing that I have to do every year. Oh, the government wants to take my money and I have to pay money every year, and they're taking money from my job, ruining my life. I don't think of it that way. I think of this document as freedom. If I'm doing a good job on this document, I'm able to maintain this lifestyle where I'm traveling around the world. I'm focusing on my health, my wealth, my happiness. I'm learning about other cultures. So the document means more to me than just taxes. It means freedom. It also is like a map. It shows you where you're coming from and where you're going. You get to see over the last couple of years how much money you were making, how much taxes you were paying. Me, as I was transitioning from making money at a job to making money through rental real estate, I was able to see that my income stayed about the same. I'm making just as much money now, not working, as I did before when I was working. And I also get to see my taxes have been slowly going down each year as I was purchasing more property. The more rental property I was purchasing, the less taxes I was paying, the more money I was able to keep and reinvest in rental real estate. It's also like a plan. Remember that you're a CEO of your family. Your family is a business. You should be making money, not losing money. And if I look at this thing, it's like a business plan, and if the numbers are not looking right, then that means I need to make a change. If you have a job, you're going to see money coming in and going out. The change you need to make is you need to keep that money that you're losing in taxes, you need to redirect it back into your own account and keep it in your family, increase your net worth, increase your income. You're the CEO of your family. Print it out, study it. Me as a landlord, as a property investor, I have these schedules that I need to learn about. Schedule is just another word for a form in here. I have Schedule E, that's how I keep track of my rental income. The rental houses and apartment complexes, how much money I made with them from rent. Also, I have a Schedule D. Schedule D is keeping track of capital gains. This year I learned something new. I learned that a long-term capital gain, having an asset, a house, property, if you sell it after you've had it for a year, you're going to pay a lower tax than if you have it and sell it within a year. So long-term capital gains get taxed at a lower rate than short-term. I didn't know that before, so I'm going to have to look into that. I'm going to have to do my homework on that, right? This is like your grown-up homework assignment. You want to get an A on this assignment. This is the most important assignment. You want to get an A+ on this math. Get an A+ on this planning and preparation. Remember when we were in school, we spent hundreds of hours, thousands of hours on these assignments that most of them I don't even remember them, all these book reports and memorizing the different types of rocks. I remember we had one assignment where we were learning about the Spanish explorers, and we had to write exactly where Amerigo Vespucci, maybe he was Portuguese, we had to write exactly where they traveled with their boats to the New World. And if you didn't write exactly where they went, then you got a lower grade. We spent hundreds and thousands of hours getting ready for school, going to school. Our parents had to suffer to get money to buy our lunches, to buy us clothes, to buy us supplies. How do we get to school? How do we get home from school? They work so hard to get us to school. We did so many assignments. We finished school, high school, college, and then most of that stuff we just throw away. We don't even remember it. We don't even use it. When this is like, don't quit now. Now you're a grown up. Now do your homework. Now really pay attention. Get an A+ on this assignment. You don't have a teacher or mom and dad telling you to do this anymore. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to print it out and study it yourself. So get your documents. Maybe you only have a simple tax return, just W-2s. You don't have rental property like me, but still get it out, right where your money is coming from and where it's going. I'm just saying, hey, I make rental income and I pay less and less tax every year. That might be something that you want to look into. I do my taxes on my own. I do them myself. I do them online using software. And I noticed that when I had a job, my employer would give me my tax information right away. I'd put that information in there, and then I'd wait a month or two, and then I'd get some information from my property manager. My property manager, they keep track of and take care of my property, my rental property for me, because I'm a little bit far away. But anyway, once I would put in their information, I'd see something magical happening. I would see my income going up because I had made rent, but I also saw that my taxes were actually going down. And that's when I was hooked. That's when I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to do more of this rental real estate. More money, less tax, keeping more of the money so I can buy more property, so I can make more money and pay less tax. Yeah, this is what I want to do. So I'm just saying you might want to look into that. And even if you have a simple tax return, study it. As landlords, as property investors, remember we're not just making money on the rent. We're not just making money on the tenants paying down the mortgage principal. We're not just making money on the property going up in value, but we also have multiple tax benefits, 3 of them. We get to keep our profits and reinvest them. We get to deduct things, like say I make a repair, say I pay a property manager a fee, I pay insurance, I pay mortgage interest. I get to deduct all those. That's one of the tax benefits. Second tax benefit is that I get to depreciate the asset, the house. The government says, hey, you're a landlord, you're using this property, you're using this house to make your money, it's for your business. So it gets old over the years. We're gonna allow you to pay a little bit less tax every year because this house is getting older. The third and final tax benefit is we get to defer taxes. If I purchase rental real estate, it goes up in value. I sell it a few years later, I've made some capital gains. As long as I don't touch those capital gains, the government says, hey, you don't need to pay tax on that because you're doing what we want you to do. You're purchasing more and more property. And in closing, I want to leave you with what Robert Kiyosaki said, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He said that middle class people think of it as cheating, as bad people not paying taxes. You know, people who don't pay taxes are cheating. They must be breaking the rules. And that's what I used to think. But what it really is cooperating. People who are landlords, we're cooperating with what the IRS wants us to do. We're studying the taxes, this tax code, and it says right on the IRS website the benefits of purchasing rental real estate. It says, hey, if you purchase these properties, you take care of them, you rent them out, you're gonna get to keep more of your money and purchase more rental real estate. I encourage you to look at the tax code, study it, look at your tax returns, read more about the tax benefits of rental real estate, and have a good day from Barcelona, Spain.